everyone, my name is Lindsay and today I'll be leading you through a steady Vinyasa Flow practice. You don't need any props or anything, but I did create a Spotify playlist. I'll be playing it quietly in the background, but I think what works best is if you go ahead and play it yourself at the same time. So I will let you know when to press play. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Find a comfortable seated position. I'm cross-legged here. If you do have a folded up blanket or a block and you want to place it underneath your sit bones, that's a great idea to start to release your frontal hip flexors. Alright, once you've found your seat, go ahead and close your eyes. Grow the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And begin to stack your vertebrae one on top of the other. Maybe lean back slightly. And give yourself a moment to arrive on your mat. A lot of us are stuck in our houses right now, and so it can be a challenge to really carve out space and time for your practice, even if it's in the middle of your living room. So just go ahead and give yourself a moment to be grateful for this practice. Begin to deepen your breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale side out. Inhale through your nose and exhale side out. Inhale through your nose and this time seal your lips. Perhaps making that same ha noise as you begin to cultivate an ujjayi breath. It's breath with sound, breath with texture. Breath that will support you in every posture throughout class. I will lead you through a 4-count breath, inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. Let's go ahead and take a cleansing breath before we begin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Slight pause. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and take a couple rounds, counting to yourself, extending the thread of your breath. And after your next round of breath, go ahead and blink open your eyes. If you do want to start that Spotify playlist, let's go ahead and do that. In 3, 2, and hitting play now. Alright, find that seat once more. And inhale, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling, gaze up. Exhale, drop your right fingertips down towards your mat, pressing through your left fingertips. And an inhale, gaze up. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, right hand back up to meet left. Exhale, left hand down. Stretch through your right fingertips. Inhale to gaze up. And exhale to gaze down. Inhale, sweep left hand back up to meet right. And twist to your right. Bring your right fingertips down behind you, left fingertips down in front. You can perhaps gaze over your right shoulder. On an inhale, get a little taller. And on your exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, come back up through center. And exhale, twist the opposite direction. Again, on an inhale, grow tall, find length in your spine. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, back up to center. And exhale, hands together at heart center. Go ahead and find your way to hands and knees. Stack your shoulders directly over your wrists, hips directly over your knees, spread your fingers wide. Inhale, drop your belly down, lift the crown of your head up, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, draw navel up, cat pose. Inhale through cow, and exhale, cat. Moving with your own breath, begin to cycle through cat and cow. Option to add some side to side movement, arcing your right hip towards your right shoulder, and then switching sides. Or you can make some big circles with your rib cage. If you're making circles, be sure to switch directions. And make your way back to stillness in your tabletop pose. Draw the crown of your head forward, find length. And then tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. This first downward facing dog, bend your knees deeply. Look forward at your hands, spread your fingers wide, and press into your thumb. Sink your right heel down towards your mat, bend your left knee, and switch sides, pedaling out your legs, beginning to awaken your hamstrings. Shake your head, yes and no. Then begin to find stillness in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg back and up, bend your right knee, stack right hip on top of left, maybe make some circles with your foot in your fire hydrant dog. One more breath. And on your next exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands, come up onto your fingertips, and find a lunge position. Sink your hips down and you mount and gaze slightly forward. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Bend your left knee, begin to stack left hip on top of right. Again, maybe make those circles with your foot. One more breath here. And on your next exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands, come up onto your fingertips in a lunge position. Beginning to feel that opening across your right hip flexor. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Inhale, right leg backing up. Exhale, right foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee down, untuck your toes. Bring your hands up to your knee. Begin to sink your hips forward. And as you do so, wrap your rib cage in. One more breath. Plant your hands. Take a big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your right foot. Drop back knee down, untuck your toes. Bring your hands to the top of your left knee. Press firmly into the top of your back foot to bring some stability across the hip flexors. Make sure you're not dumping forward, but maintaining strength. One more breath. Plant your hand, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward in between your hands, drop back knee down. Find cactus arms. Creating space across your chest. And from here you can begin to look up. One more breath. Plant your hands. Take a big step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Take a big step back with your left foot. Drop back knee down, cactus arms. okay on your neck. Gaze up. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg backing up. Exhale, right foot forward in between your hands. Find cactus arms. Extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. One more breath. Plant your hands, take a big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, drop your back knee. Arms up, Anjaneyasana. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg backing up. Exhale, left foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee down, arms up. Tuck your back toes and energize through your back leg to lift up, high lunge. One more breath. Plant your hands, take a big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your left foot. Drop your back knee down, low lunge. Stay here and breathe. And tuck your back toes, lift up, high lunge. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Look forward in between your hands. And at the end of your next exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Toe heel your feet out so they're hip width distance apart. And let your head hang heavy down towards your mat. Maybe grab a hold of opposite elbows. Shake your head, yes and no. Release your elbows. Toe heel your feet together. And slowly roll to stand. Head lifts last. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We begin with a Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lift. Use the strength in your arms to find traction in your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. In plank pose, spread your fingers wide. Beautiful. Draw your shoulder blades together on your spine. And draw your navel up. One more breath. Drop your knees and lower all the way down onto your mat. Untuck your toes, press into your hands, lift your chest, low cobra. Exhale, forehead to the mat. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forehead to your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forehead to your mat. Shift your hips back over your heels, coming through a brief child's pose. 3 breaths. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, and at the end of your next exhale, look forward and make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Look to thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Lower all the way to your mat or find chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. I will begin leading with upward facing dog, but please stick with low cobra if that's better for your spine today. One more deep breath. And at the end of your next exhale, look forward in between your hands and step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more, Surya A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. At the end of your next exhale, look forward in between your hands and step or jump towards the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, sweep your right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward in between your hands. Rise up, high lunge. Stay here and breathe. Bring your hands together at heart center. Drop your left hand down to the floor to the inside of your right foot. Sweep right fingertips up. Easy twist. One more breath, pressing firmly through the sole of your left foot. Bring your right hand back down, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward in between your hands, rise up, high lunge. Take a moment to settle in. Bring your hands together at heart center. Drop your right hand down, sweep left fingertips up, easy twist. One more breath here. Bring your left hand down, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. At the end of your next exhale, look forward in between your hands and step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose. And as you exhale, straighten your legs, bring your hands together at heart center. One more Surya B variation. Inhale, bend your knees, arms up. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward in between your hands. Rise up, high lunge. Settle in. Keep everything as it is. Spin your back heel down onto your mat for about 10 o'clock. Warrior 1. Okay, begin to gaze up. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward. High lunge, rise up. Keep everything as it is. Send that back heel down. Warrior 1. Maybe gaze up. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. At the end of your next exhale, look forward between your hands and step or jump towards the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands together, heart center. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Bring your hands together, heart center. This time sink down into half chair. Again, you should be able to pick up all 10 toes here. Wiggle them around and place them back down. Inhale deeply. And twist to your right, hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee or thigh. Stay here, spread your arms wide. And exhale, let it go, forward fold. Maybe shake out your legs. And on your inhale, chair pose. Half chair. Inhale deeply and twist to your left. Stay here and breathe, or spread your arms wide, but keep breathing. One more breath. Exhale, let it go. Forward fold, shake out your legs, shake your head, yes and no. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Move your feet forward a footprint. Grab a hold of the outside of your right ankle, or of your left ankle with your right hand, and gaze underneath your left armpit for a twist. Place your right hand back down, switch sides. Grab your right ankle with your left hand. Place your left hand back down on your mat and step back into your normal downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg backing up. Exhale, right foot forward in between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Settle in. On your next exhale, open it up, warrior two. Take a look down at your front knee. Make sure it's still tracking towards the top of your mat. On your next inhale, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands back down onto your mat. Step back, plank pose. Lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg backing up. Left foot forward, spin your back heel down, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Again, check in with that front knee. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And on your next exhale, windmill your hands back down onto your mat, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg backing up. Exhale, right foot forward in between your hands. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your right leg, and turn your right toes towards the left side of your mat. Inhale, mini back bend as you gaze up. Then with a strong straight spine, begin to fold forward. Wide angle forward fold. You can release your hands down to your floor, in line with your fingertips, in line with your toes, and let your head hang heavy. If you want to go for tripod headstand here, go for it. Otherwise, just stay here and enjoy the stretch. Bring your hands back to your hips, and with that strong straight spine, core engaged, rise all the way back up. Turn your right toes back towards the top of your mat. Spread your arms out wide in a T. Hinging at your hips, reach forward with your right fingertips. When you can't reach any further forward, drop them down towards your ankle, the floor, a block, and gaze up. Triangle pose. Imagine you're being smushed between two planes of glass. Two more breaths here. Rebend your front knee, warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse to a warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands back down onto your mat, step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg, backing up. Exhale, left foot forward, spin back, heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Stay here and breathe. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your left leg. Turn both toes towards the right side of your mat. Inhale to grow tall, maybe out a gentle back bend. Then fold forward. Wide angle forward fold. This time I would offer you a twist. Place your left fingertips down in front of your face and stick your right fingertips up. If you'd like to deepen the twist, you can grab a hold of the outside of your right foot with your left hand. If you have the twist, go ahead and switch sides. Left fingertips up. And again, go for the outside of that right foot if you'd like to go there. Left foot if you'd like to go there. One more breath. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips, find that strong straight spine, lift up. Turn your left toes back towards the top of your mat. Sweep your arms out wide in the T. Hinging at your hips, reach forward. Drop your left hand down, right fingertips up, triangle pose. Can you release both shoulders away from your ears in this pose? Two more breaths. Rebend your front knee as you lift up, warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse it. Exhale, windmill your hands back down to your mat. Step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Shift forward into a plank pose and lower all the way down onto your mat. Bring your hands back by your sides, palms face up. Inhale, lift your chest up away from your mat, locust pose. Maybe add your legs and your arms if you'd like to go there. Drawing your legs together. One more breath, let your neck be long here. And lower out. Drop one cheek down towards your mat. Option to stay with the first variation, or clasp your hands behind your lower back. Inhale, lift up. One more breath. And lower out. Turn your opposite cheek down towards your mat. Bend your knees and lower your lower legs from side to side, like little windshield wipers. Bring your feet back down towards your mat. Place your hands on either side of your armpit chest. Energize your legs and press back up. Plank pose. Shift your hips back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward. Spin your back heel down, warrior one. You've been here before. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Straighten your right leg. And enjoy the nice stretch through your right side body. Press yourself back upright. Reach forward and back through triangle pose. Bring your left hand down to your hip. Look forward. Half moon pose. Sweep your left arm up. Maybe gaze up towards the sky to test your balance. 3 more breaths. Flex your floating foot. Sweep your left hand back down towards your mat, standing splits. Inhale, half lift. Take a big step backward. Lower your back knee down. Low lunge, Vinyasa. Maybe feel if there's a little bit more space in this posture from the beginning of class. Bring your hands back down onto your mat and shift your hips backward towards your back heel. Coming into a half splits. Inhale, find that upright spine. And from there, you can begin to fold forward over your right leg. Option to take full splits if you want to go there, but we won't be here for long. Bend your right knee, walk your hands forward, turn your right toes out to 2 o'clock, and shift your hips forward. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee, and press it gently away from you, keeping your knee and your toes in one line. Stay here, or bend your back knee, grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand. Twisted monkey. One more breath. Release your foot if you have it. Turn your toes back towards the top of your mat. Step back, plank pose, lower. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Straighten your left leg. And hinge forward. Reaching towards the top of your mat for triangle pose. Bring your right hand down to your hip. Look towards your front foot, half moon pose. Flex your floating foot and maybe gaze up. Two more deep breaths. Bring your right hand down to your mat, square your frontal hip points toward the top of your mat, standing splits. Inhale, half lift. Take a big step back. Drop your back knee down, low lunge, Vinyasa. Being careful not to dump into this pose, but find strength through your hip flexors. One more breath. Plant your hands. Shift your hips back, straighten your front leg. And find length in your spine here, and stay here or begin to fold forward. Rebend your left knee. Walk your hands forward and turn your toes out to 10 o'clock. Bring both hands to the inside of your left foot, and then bring your left hand up and press your left knee gently away from you, keeping your knee and your toes in one line. Stay here or bend your back knee, grab a hold of your foot for twisted monkey. Three more breaths. Release your foot if you have it. Place your hands back at the top of your mat. Step back, plank pose. Rinse it out with one final vinyasa. Inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right knee towards your right wrist, pigeon pose. Flex your front foot and maybe stay upright. Play with strength here rather than falling forward over your front knee. Maybe place your right hand up on your right shin for a more active pigeon pose. And then from here, if you like, you can begin to fold forward over your right leg. If you do have a block or a blanket, it can be a great option to place it underneath your left hip flexor for a little bit more support if you're tight like I am. Five more easy breaths here. Press yourself back upright. And tuck your back toes, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee towards your left wrist. Flex your left foot, pigeon pose. Again, play with strength here. Maybe you can float your hands away from your knee. And from there, begin to fold forward. Five more breaths. Gently press yourself back upright. Then shift your weight onto your outer left hip and swing your right foot forward, coming into a seated position. Draw your right foot in towards your upper inner left thigh. Maybe scoop any flesh away from your sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. And take a little micro twist here so that your navel faces towards your big toe. From there, find your strong, straight spine and begin to hinge forward. Maintain that strong, straight spine. And then if you'd like, you can begin to fold forward over your right leg, left leg. And press yourself back upright. Hug your right knee into your chest and cross your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale, grow tall. Place your right fingertips behind you. Sweep your left arm up and twist to your right. Perhaps hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Inhale to grow tall. And allow yourself more space to twist. Unhook your elbow, come back through center. Hug your right knee back in. Place your foot to the inside of your left thigh. And drop your right knee open once more. Bend your left knee. And bring the top of your left thigh to the bottom of your right foot. Walk your hands around to the right side of your mat. You might feel a nice stretch in your left hip flexor, traveling into that deep psoas muscle. You can be a little bit playful here. It might feel better to lift your hips, or you might like to lower your chest down towards your mat, wherever you feel the best stretch. Three more breaths. Lift yourself back upright and extend both legs out in front of you. You can shake them out. Bend your left knee, bring the sole of your left foot to your upper inner right thigh. Again, maybe scoop away in the flesh and grow tall. Take that micro twist, aiming your navel center at your big toe. And with a strong upright spine, begin to hinge forward. When you lose that upright spine, maybe just linger there a moment and stretch through your hamstring before folding forward. Press yourself back upright. Hug your left knee into your chest and cross your left foot over to the outside of your right thigh. Bring your left fingertips back behind you, sweep right arm up, twist to your left. If you wanted to take the full version of Ardha Matsyendrasana, you could bend your lower right leg. Stay here and breathe. 2 more breaths. Release your elbow. Hug your left knee into your chest once more. And open your left knee like a book. Hug your right knee into your chest and bring the top of your right thigh to the bottom of your left foot. Walk your hands around towards your left. And enjoy the stretch. Again, be playful. See where you feel the most stretch. Maybe it's by lifting your hip. Lift yourself back upright. Extend both legs. And roll down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. You rock from side to side, giving yourself a little massage. And then bring the soles of your feet down to your mat, hip width distance apart. And graze for the backs of your heels. That'll let you know you're in a good position. Bend your elbows, fingers point up towards the ceiling, and press into your elbows and the soles of your feet as you lift your hips. You can stay here or clasp your hands behind your lower back, rolling onto your shoulders to lift your chest. Bridge pose.
more breath, your fullest expression, and lower out. Walk your knees out as wide as your sticky mat and let your knees fall together for a little constructive rest. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And drop both knees to the right. Open your arms out in a T. And if you'd like to deepen the twist, you can gaze past your left fingertips. Allowing your normal breathing rhythm to return. Hug your knees back in towards your chest and drop them to the left. Perhaps gazing over your right fingertips. Back through center, hug your knees into your chest, and grab a hold of the outsides of your feet. And draw your knees down into the outsides of your rib cage. Maybe begin gently rock from side to side for a little spinal massage. And here, can you release your tailbone down towards your mat? So you're not hugging up, but release it down. Find length. You straighten one leg and then the other. Hug both knees back into your chest. Draw your forehead towards your knees. And then relax. Extend your legs straight, arms by your sides, palms face up. And close your eyes. Final Shavasana. Feel yourself grow heavy as you sink down into your mat. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Release your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And let go of anything you no longer need to hold on to. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms up overhead. And make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.